Okay, everybody, now for the next collection video, I'm not going to show you my 20th Century Fox DVDs, which I don't have as many, but I have a lot more with the Blu-rays. I'm pretty sure, and you can see it's kind of light. I think I might have a few more, I can't remember, but if there was some I forgot, I'll just include them in the next video when I do the Blu-ray. So we're going to do these in alphabetical order. First one we got Alvin the Chipmunks, 2007 movie. This is the 2-disc DVD and digital copy count back. I do have the sequel, Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel, on DVD, but for some reason I can't find it right now. But if I find it later, I'll just include it in the Blu-ray collection video. And this movie was okay. The sequel, the Squeakquel, was pretty good. The third film, Chipwrecked, is probably my favorite movie in the series. I have not seen the fourth one, The Road Chip. I might see it, although I was going to see it in theaters, but then I heard not so great things about it, so I decided to skip it. Anyway, this is okay. Here's the Blu-ray disc. No, not the just the DVD disc. Excuse me, just the DVD disc. It's a clear disc. This was back when Fox didn't do artwork. I know you can also see me recording here, but the digital copy, however, does have artwork. So we're at the digital copy has artwork, yet the DVD disc doesn't. But still. Green, just give this movie just for the fun of it. Okay, next up we got a funny comedy. This is Cheaper by the Dozen with Steve Martin, 2003 movie. This is a great movie. This is one of my sister Neve. This is one of her favorite movies. Got this for only $1 at a pawn shop. Yeah, this is a funny movie. I think this is probably Steve Martin's best movie, or one of his best. Again, there's no artwork. And again, you can also see me recording here. Yeah, I recommend you give this movie a shot if you haven't seen it yet. Okay, next one's a movie. They kind of have a little mix. It's kind of like on my guilty pleasures list. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, 2010 film based on Jeff Kinney's Jeff Kinney's book of the same name. I've read the book. Book's pretty good. This movie, it's kind of on my guilty pleasures now. I got this back in 2010. When the movie first came out, I really liked this movie, but now looking back at it, not so much. I've seen the sequel to this movie, Roderick Rules, but I have not seen the third film, Dog Days. In stores ever, because this DVD came out around the time the fifth book was coming out. But there's just this disc has artwork. Alright, next we got an animated one. This is Dr. Seuss's Horton Hears a Who with Jim Carrey and Steve Carell, 2008 movie. I saw this in theaters back in 2008. I gotta admit, this is not too bad. This is one of the few, this is I think Blue Sky, this is the only, decent Dr. Seuss adaptation. I got this at a Blockbuster store that was, back in, January 2009. It was a store that was, they had a section where you could buy DVDs, so I picked this up. Again, it just doesn't have artwork. Alright, and now we got another animated one. Age The Meltdown. This is the only Ice Age film I have on DVD. I do have the first Ice Age on VHS. I don't have Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs or Ice Age Continental Drift yet. I gotta get those soon. I have not seen the new film, Ice Age Collision Course, and I don't know if I will because I heard not so great things about it. Yeah, this just has artwork. Still, Ice Age The Meltdown, it's a pretty good sequel, actually. This is a 2006 movie. Alright, here's another one that's on my guilty pleasures list. This is Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. Again, 2007 movie. Got this at a video rental store that was closing. When I first saw this movie when I was younger, I really liked it, but looking back on I gotta give this movie a rewatch. Looking back on it, I probably will not see it. I haven't seen the movie in quite a long time. I gotta give this movie a rewatch. This disc also has artwork. Okay, the next movie is a classic. The Sandlot, 1993 movie. This is a classic. If you haven't seen this movie, I definitely recommend it. This is probably the best baseball movie out there. Yeah, this is a classic. And again, this doesn't have artwork. Yeah. What can I say? Sandlot, this is a classic. Okay, now the next one's also a classic. This is Silver Streak with Gene Wilder, Jill Clayburgh, and Richard Pryor. And all three of those actors are actually dead now. This is a 1976 movie. As we know, Gene Wilder recently died back in August. And Jill Clayburgh, she died in 2010, and Richard Pryor died in 2005. And for Gene Wilder, I'm going to say this is probably my favorite Gene Wilder movie. I know a lot of people say Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is their favorite Gene Wilder movie, but for me, Silver Streak, I think, is his best movie. It also is Richard Pryor and Jill Clayburgh's best movie. For this movie, after this movie, this is the movie that started, like, you know, the co-partner career of Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor, because they appeared in 3 more movies. I know they appeared in Stir Crazy, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and one other movie. I totally forgot what it was called. So they kind of, like, you know, became partners, like, you know, and were the 2 leads of this movie. Although for this film, Richard Pryor doesn't appear until much later in the movie. And open this up. And this disc has artwork. As far as I know, I think this is the only DVD release of this movie. I think this DVD is from, when's this DVD? From 2004, and I think this is the only time this movie was ever released on DVD. Okay, next we got a television set. The complete first season of The Simpsons. This is a great show. This is a season that lasted from 1990 till, I believe, 1991. This also has the famous Simpsons Christmas special, Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire. Yeah, I'm going to have to be watching that soon, because since now it's December, since I'm currently recording this, December 1st, 2016. Yep. Anyway. I'll let you pause the video in case you want to read that. Alright. This thing is an episode guide. Alright, here's disc 1. Here's disc 2. And here's disc 3. I gotta get more the next few seasons of The Simpsons. Okay, and the last DVD. This is not a 20th Century Fox film. It's an MGM movie, but starting in, I believe, 2011, 2012, or maybe 2010, MGM, some of their titles would then be released on DVD or Blu-ray through 20th Century Fox. I have most of these co-releases on Blu-ray. Well, this is the only one I have on DVD. This is Spaceballs with Mel Brooks, the late John Candy, and Rick Moranis. Mel Brooks, he's also the director of this movie. This is a 1987 movie. This is actually an MGM movie. No, this movie is a parody on the original Star Wars trilogy. It parodies Star Wars: A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Yeah, this is a funny movie. And again, the disc doesn't have artwork. Still, Spaceballs, pretty good movie. Anyway, there you go. That's my 20th Century Fox DVDs. I know there weren't more, but stay tuned for the next video, which will be the Blu-rays, which I have a lot more for the Blu-rays. So stick around for that.